Hi David, I hope that you are well. If you don't already know or have forgotten, my name is George Smith and I was in your Thursday afternoon workshop. And if you still don't remember me, I was the one who tried to provide regular humour throughout the 12 weeks that you taught me. Since starting a part-time job with Morrison's in 2015, retail is an industry that really caught my eye due to its fast-changing and dynamic markets. I would describe myself as someone who always needs to be set new challenges and goals in order to fulfil my working needs. And I feel that a job in the retail industry would do just that. As a more practical and hands-on person, I believe that shop floor management would be more suited to my working personality, as I cannot see myself working an office job. I want to have a job that keeps me busy all of the time. Retail management would give me the opportunity to work with people and manage people to achieve team goals, something that I've done from a very young age whilst playing competitive football. In this audio journal, I will address 5 main areas: what I have enjoyed most and least about the module and how this differs from my initial impressions of the module, my opinions on the module and the events that have occurred to change my opinions, what I might do differently in the future as a result of my reflection, what connections I have made between my practical experience and theoretical framework, and how different groups of people responded to me during my work placement. So the first area that I'm going to talk about is what I enjoyed most and least about the module. So I chose this module because I didn't really want to do a year in industry. I thought that after a whole year of working for a company, especially if I liked the work, it would be really hard to come back and finish my final year. So I chose business experience to get work experience, and it would make me be proactive and sort of force me to do so. So I really enjoyed the practical nature of the module. Other modules seem very theoretical and just learning about stuff, but this gave me an opportunity to apply some of what I've learned in the classroom on a practical level. So stuff about HR, stuff about resources and stock and stuff that I've learned over the last 2 years, I was able to take this into the workplace. I also found the workshops of this module very useful in terms of sort of interviews, assessment centres and networking workshops were really useful just in terms of making small talk, and at things like careers fairs as well. I feel like I can go up to people more so now than I would have before just through the skills that I've learned. So my impressions of the module are really good. I really enjoyed the module and it does kind of differ. I've learned a lot more in this module than I thought I would have in any other module really. So I'm really happy that I chose this module. And if I had the chance to sort of recommend a module to choose to a second year, I would say go for business experience because it's been really useful. So moving on, my opinions on the module and the events that occurred to change my opinions. So my opinions are very good. I thought this module would be a bit dry and I thought it wouldn't be sort of very work based. I thought it was just sort of do work experience and that was it. But the workshops obviously make the module a lot more substantial. So in the workshops you learn a lot, especially about stuff like practical and interview skills, careers based skills that you wouldn't learn in other modules. All the other modules are very theoretical, but this is practical stuff. So assessment centres, this is something that I haven't really done in the past, and I understand it's a big part of the employment and recruitment process. And now this is something that I feel confident that I would have to do. So workshops like the assessment centres have changed my opinions on this module. And I really enjoyed doing and learning stuff about that. Also networking skills, interacting with people, tips and tricks on sort of how to converse with people and make good conversation and make interesting and active conversation in the workplace have been very, very useful. So I think the workshops mainly have changed my opinions about the module. It's a lot more substantial than I could have ever imagined, and I'm really, really happy that I did this module because it's taught me a lot. And having written my report, I've had some time to sort of reflect on what I've done. So I think my main reflection is quite positive. I think that in the short time that I was there, only 4 weeks, I went into a business, I learned sort of processes and stuff about retail management, and I formed really good relationships. I've come away with a good relationship with the store manager, which could be useful for future employment prospects. So I think my performance was good. I think one of the main things that I've learned is treating people and managing people, because people are different. There aren't two people the same. And Going on to Douglas McGregor's sort of theory of X and Y workers, this has sort of shown me that, actually people are different. One person might perform in another way and another person might perform in another way. So you have to change your management style in order to get the best out of your staff and achieve goals. I think also this module has helped me improve my self-awareness, and I'm a lot more aware of the skills that I have and perhaps the skills that I don't, and areas that I need to improve for to go into employment. So in my third and final year, I'm going to look to develop the skills that I thought I lacked in this experience, and the skills that I'm good at, how can I build on that and how can I use them to sort of better myself next time I go into such a job. And I think management's largely about learning and sort of developing your skills all the time, developing new and better ways to do this. And I think this module has shown me that, management is sort of a process, an ongoing thing about learning, and that, by reflecting, by being self-aware and understanding what you're good at and what you're not so good at, you can develop yourself to become a better person and a more effective manager. So what connections have I made between my practical experiences and theoretical framework? So I completed a Myers-Briggs test prior to starting my placement. And this showed me that I was an entertainer and mainly extroverted. And I kind of already knew this from my time on the course. I'm relatively confident and outspoken, and I'm quite happy to go and mingle, socialise and build good relationships with people. And I feel that this is something that I did very well over my time at Morrison's. As my working personality is an entertainer, I feel that sometimes in working environments I can become quickly bored by the task in hand. So over my placement, the store manager had weekly meetings with me, and in these meetings he set me targets, goals and achievements to achieve throughout the week. So these were stuff like sales figures, personal goals, little challenges and stuff. This week you'll have a team of 3 people to lead. This week you'll write the rota for a team of 3 people. So I found this, very good, as it sort of gave me a reason to be motivated and gave me goals and objectives to focus on. And I found this really useful. And I think this is something that, I'll take forward into my third year. I'll set my goals at the start of a week, and by the end of the week, I can tick them off. And this is something that I'll find very satisfying to do and found very useful to do. I feel that theoretical framework can sort of be used to understand why you might act, but then when you compare it to how you do act, you understand the reasons as to why you act and how you can combat that. So I think by connecting theoretical framework with my personal experiences has been very useful. Finally, I'm going to discuss how different groups of people responded to me during my work placement. As a business that is very focused on customer relations, I believe that I was able to form good relationships with customers. This stemmed much further than just serving customers on a day-to-day basis, and I even got to know some local business owners who order stock in bulk. I feel as though as my placement progressed, customers responded to me better as I was more knowledgeable and confident with these interactions. I also believe that I formed good relationships with the rest of the senior management team, as I was thanked for my hard work throughout my placement. My work even earned me a gift from the team to thank my efforts. I think that the response was largely positive, as I was given the time and opportunity to prove myself and show my work. Finally, I was able to form good relationships with other staff. I believe that my desire to converse with people caused for a good response, and I felt as though I was able to fit in with the team by the end of my placement. The response from the rest of the staff was largely positive, and as I got to know more people, I was able to form good relationships. Overall, I believe that people responded to me very well due to the relationships that I was able to form and how well I was able to fit in. I feel as though the response shifted throughout my placement. At first, people were very unsure of me. However, as I got to know people and as my placement progressed, people became more confident working with me. I hope that this audio journal, as well as my report, has provided a useful insight into my business experience, and I would like to personally thank you, David, for your help and knowledge over the last semester. I look forward to keeping in contact with you and hearing from you in the future. Thank you.